Hmm? I did not. My bad. Yeah. I'll start recording them from now on. And let me know if there's any issues with the sound, because I have a microphone that I can bring that'll make it easier. Alrighty. So this is what I was talking about, where you see all the field types. There's auto field, big auto, integer, binary, boolean, date, date time, decimal, everything you could possibly. They have an email field too, so we could make the email like that, but I want to use the char field just for the time being. All right. So let's get back into it. What else are we giving the musician? What do we say it's going to be actually? Okay. Someone think of a longer instrument. Let me know. Like, yeah, I don't know what it would be. I think didgeridoo wins. Okay.
I could never heard that in my life.
Didgeridoo? It's pretty sick. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay, sweet. H, perfect. And Ryan, what is it? All right. What else? I think this is good for the time being. All right. So now I'm going to Python manage.py run server. You may have noticed this yesterday. You have 13 unapplied migrations. So anyone want to guess what this means? Okay. So, Ivan, did you want to give it a shot?
I just know that it's when you do start migrations, it's like required for you to have a session.
Yeah. So that part's true. So migrations, this is how we translate the Python code that we just typed into our database. So you may wonder, like, okay, we typed all this in Python. Let me make this bigger. We typed all this in Python, right? But how is it really adding it to the database? Like, is it every single time I write another field, does it automatically add it to it? That seems like it would be a little inefficient, right? So the way we do that is we make migrations. So it's going to make the file that's going to say these are all the instructions I want to do. And then we're going to migrate, which is basically applying them. So let's exit out of our server. In order to make a migration, Python manage.py make migrations. Okay? As you see, it just said create model musician. And now, if we go, this is where our migrations folder is. Remember I said don't really worry about that. You really shouldn't even need to go into the migrations folder, but if you're curious, this is, all right. Now we do Python manage.py migrate. And all of these, see how it says applying sessions? So Ivan, like you were saying, this is actually applying all the migrations to our database. All right, and it included this Tanner's app that we just created. Any questions so far? No? Yep. Okay. So let's go into actually creating musicians. This is like a special way that Django's decided to create these. Yeah. So let's go into the shell. Has anyone used the Django shell yet? Okay. You just do Python manage.py shell, and now we're in our Django shell. Okay. I'm going to import our musician from apps.tanners.app.models import musician. Now we have access. Let's take a pause for a second and talk about SQL briefly, okay? Does anyone remember how we write a SQL query to select? Oh, sorry about that. To select, let's say, every field from it in every instance. Select star, right? Select star from whatever you're selecting, right? Okay. So let's translate that into our ORM. We first are going to use the name of the model, so musician. So from my musician model, I want to grab something, right? Dot objects. Dot all. This dot object is typically going to be used in every single ORM query. Okay, so this is the ORM that we're dealing with. Okay, this syntax. Right now, we're going to return the query set. The query set will be instances, just like we've been dealing with normal objects and object instances. These are all instances of the musician class. Okay? And as you can see, it says that this query set that's empty. We haven't created anything yet, right? So, who do I want to put on the spot? Miguel. If I wanted to create a new musician, what do you think I would type? So the class name is musician, right? So that's the way it's going to be is the model name, and then dot objects is where all of the most of, I think basically all of the ORM stuff is inside of. Okay. You do objects dot create. Okay. So anytime you want to use the ORM, typically it's just going to be objects. Okay. Then we're going to give it a name. Name of musician. Kurt Cobain. What instrument? What age? Was he 27? Yeah, that's what I had. Alrighty. So we're creating a new musician. So the cool thing about Django, or Python I should say, and therefore Django, is that it's very, rolls off the tongue exactly how you would want to, right? So musician.object.create, we're going to create a musician with name Kurt Cobain, instrument guitar, age 27. Alright? And it just prints it out what we created. So if I wanted to query all those again, what do I want to do? Now we have a query set with the musician. Okay, it doesn't look like anything. This is just by default, but we can actually customize the way we want it to be output. That's kind of beyond what we're doing today, but if you're curious, let me know. Any questions as of now? Nope. Okay. So what if we wanted to, let's create another musician. Just so we can have a couple more. Another one? Is there a way? What do you mean? Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, in the SQLite. So it's going into your database, right? Which in this case, the SQLite folder. In other cases, it would be your MySQL server. So if you had this hooked up to MySQL and you had remember the MySQL workbench, you would see it being inserted into that database. Gene Simmons plays bass, right? Anyone know? Yeah, I think he plays one. Yep, vocals and bass. I think he's 70. Mm-hmm. I'm going to their one. They just rescheduled it. But yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So as we see, right, the first time we queried musician.object.all, we got an empty query set. We created Kurt Cobain, and then we re-queried all, and we got one. We did it again. We have two in here. Does everyone see that? So this is just a query set that contains one musician and another. All right. By default, it's not going to really show any information about it, but like I said, we can, if we wanted to, change it.
Do those requests just live in the shell?
No. So, well, what do you mean request?
Will those show up
In our database?
Yeah.
Test it out. We said that it's going to hit our database, right? All right, from app. Yeah, just for the time being. But this is just to show you how the ORM works. Otherwise, you have to create like templates and stuff. We get the database, so when we exit the shell, we re-enter the shell, we'll have access to it. Okay? Question so far? Alright, let's create one more musician that has, let's say, a guitarist. That is, I kind of like that because if we try to put a string old, we're going to have an issue because we define it as an integer field, right? So, $75. Okay. Age equals 75. Alright, so query set with 3 instances now. One of them you can't see, but one of these is Kurt Cobain, one of them is Gene Simmons, one of them is Jimmy Page. So let's look through, okay? I'm going to say for m in musician.objects.all or print m dot, okay? Does everyone understand what we're doing here? It's a query set, which we can just iterate through the query set as if it's like a list, right? Kurt Cobain, Gene Simmons, Jimmy Page. All right. So this is the ORM, and this is how we can write queries, mess with our database without touching SQL, without even having to worry about it. Okay? And Django is basically taking care of all of that for us. What do you mean? Print, oh, all the fields? So, yeah, you probably, I mean, there are ways around that, but for the time being, yeah. I think dict would do it. Yeah, that's how you could do it. It's like 2 underscore dict, and it basically converts the instance to a dictionary. Alright. Alright, so creating. We're good. Let's say we wanted to filter our objects. How would we do that? I want to access the ORM, go to musician.objects. Okay? Alright. So now we're going to say what we want to filter by. Let's say name equals Kurt Cobain. And like I said, this is going to return. So I'm testing you. Exactly, right? So if we do this, we're to get a query set with one musician in it. Okay? Like we said, let's do instrument equals guitar, and as long as we spelled it all. Okay? We could also, no, I don't want to do that yet. Okay. So filter will always return a query set. All right, remember that. It's going to return a list. Okay, even if there's 0 or 1, we'll be able to return a list. There's also, let's say we wanted to get a particular instance. Ryan, you're on a streak right now. If I wanted to get an instance from the database, what I type? So close. Get. All right. So we do name equals Kurt Cobain. Notice that it's no longer a query set. It's one instance. Okay? Okay? And I think there's a couple of assignments that you're going to have this issue come up that if you want to get or filter. So we wanted to. I don't even know how to spell the last name. That's fine. Okay. So. Oh, is that right? Nice. It's gonna be a good day. All right. So we have this error that comes up. Aspect is that normal does not exist. Position matching query does not exist. We tried to get it from the database, and it's like, hey, we don't have anything. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see you right when I click enter. Okay. So we can get right by a name, let's say Anthony Kiedis, right? And we can filter. Get is going to have this error that says does not exist. If we filter, we're going to get a query set back, but it's going to be empty. So it's not going to be an error. It'll just be an empty list because there's nothing in our database that contains that. Okay. We're getting one instance exactly, right? So if we wanted to, yep. Okay. That's like exactly what I'm going to ask. It's expecting one instance to be returned. But that's a good, so there, you'll deal with some similar things that, like, if you wanted to get a value from a list and there's multiple, like sometimes the system will return the first one that names, right? But in this situation, you have this issue. Okay? Questions so far? So let's mess around with this a little bit more. So we get Anthony, or no, get Kurt Cobain, right? What if I did .name? Would this work?
What are you trying to do?
I want to print out Kurt Cobain's name. Right? And it's returning a musician, right? An instance of it. Yep. Let's say we wanted to do .filter. What's going to happen here?
So that's going to print Kurt Cobain and the other guitar player.
No, because right now we're just filtering by the name Kurt Cobain. Yeah. Issue. Because remember, it's a list, or it's a query set, which essentially it's like a collection of all these, right? So in that collection, since it's returning a query set, the query set itself doesn't have an attribute called instrument. Kurt Cobain does, an instance of it. Okay? But a query set filter is going to return a collection of them. And like I said, understanding the difference between get and filter is important. You do it a couple times, it'll make sense. Okay? Any questions so far? There are some helpers in here. I don't want to go through every single one, but let's go back to when we did filter guitar. Okay? There's two. Okay? Let's say we just wanted one. Like we said, we want it to behave. We want to basically get, but there could be more than one. We just wanted to show one guitarist. If you got first, it'll just return the first. Okay? All right. That's all I have for today, unless there's any questions. I want to leave some mystery to like updating and deleting. But I'll be here to help out. But everything good?
Everything that we're doing with this terminal, is that basically something we can do in the project?
Exactly. So we would do something. That's a good question. I'll kind of show you how you would do it. So let's say in our index. You know what? Let's try it out. Do I want to? Okay. It will do something like from dot models import musician. Crap. And then we can do something like print musician dot objects. Same commands, right? We're just doing this, right? Or let's just do one better. Let's say ORM all right. We'll exit the shell, run the server. We're going to come over here, localhost 1000. It hit the index and then it prints that out for us, right? Because that's what a view is, right? And this will help you guys understand what exactly views are too, because right when we went to that index route, it did all of the logic we want here, and it printed it out to our terminal right here. All right? Questions? Comments? Concerns? Okay? Well, that's it. I will put the video up, and have fun in Django. I'll be around to answer questions.